Good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Charlestown High School class of 2017. At this time, I would like to introduce some very important people that are in attendance with us today. Please welcome Dr. Andrew Mellon, Superintendent of Greater Clark County Schools. Please welcome Dr. Steve Griffin, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Schools. Also with us today are members of the Greater Clark County School Board of Trustees. Ms. Christina Gilkey, President. Mrs. Teresa Bodoff-Perkins, Secretary. Mrs. Katie Hutchinson. And Mrs. Nancy Kraft. Also with us today is Dr. Joe Wayne from Ivy Tech, our liaison from Ivy Tech. And Miss Debbie Doctor from New Washington State Bank. Before we get started, there's one person I want to honor here. Our assistant principal, Mr. Rowland, who's been in public education for 44 years. This is his last graduation, so please give him a round of applause for 44 years. Thank you. We have gathered here today to celebrate the wonderful accomplishments of the students that will soon sit before us. Because of the significance of this event, we ask that everyone in attendance please make every effort to make this a dignified ceremony that will create a great memory for all of us. At this time, I ask that you take a moment to disable all cell phones and electronic devices. We also ask that you hold your individual applause until the last student is awarded their diploma. By doing so, you will help us ensure that each name will be clearly heard by parents, family, and friends without interruption. Additionally, restrooms are located on the southeast and southwest corners of the gym. Also, we know that many of you are interested in taking pictures. The designated picture-taking area is located directly behind me at floor level in the two staged-off areas. Feel free to enter that area now for the best area for photographs. Every year, I and the staff start the year with the thought of how can we make Charlestown High School a better school than the previous year, knowing that progress will be measured by the achievement of our students. This year, I'm very proud to say that this group of graduates has helped us make great strides in becoming a great school and have set the bar high for next year's graduating class. I feel very fortunate to not only be the principal here at Charlestown High School, but also have the fine opportunity to lead this group of graduates. This group has accomplished great things and have earned the right to be honored with the fantastic SEAF banners that you see throughout the city of Charlestown. Today, we will graduate 96% of the class that started here 4 years ago, and that deserves a round of applause. 43% of those graduates will earn an honors diploma. 47% of the graduates will earn a Core 40 diploma. And 10% of the graduates will earn a general diploma. This class has also been granted over $1.3 million in scholarship money, and 97% of the class has been accepted to a post-secondary opportunity, which means they will attend college, join the military, or have been accepted in a vocational technical opportunity. Also, in the ever-changing world of school accountability, this class has done an amazing job of earning Charlestown High School a B letter grade, which we are proud of. And this class is the third graduating class to fully benefit from our early college high school program that allows students to earn dual credits from Ivy Tech and Indiana University. 13 students from this class graduated from Ivy Tech with an associate's degree. Which, by the way, is 2 years of college that has already been paid for. 6 students have graduated with a transfer general education degree, which is 1 year of college already paid for. On top of that, there is also 20 additional students that will be graduating today with over 30 college dual credit hours. Overall, this class will graduate with 2,448 dual credit hours from either Ivy Tech or Indiana University, which amounts to a tuition savings for parents and students of almost $400,000. Another great achievement by these students in this class is that 32 students will earn the work ethic certificate that certifies them as having the workforce readiness soft skills to be successful in their chosen career. I also must recognize the fact that this class has had an unbelievable amount of success in extracurricular activities. They've been successful in choir, band, robotics, football, softball, baseball, track and field, and I applaud them for their efforts. As you can tell from what I shared with you, this class is a class the community can be proud of, and they have represented themselves very well here at Charlestown High School. They have lived up to the expectations that were presented before them 4 years ago when they walked through the doors of Charlestown High School. Today we celebrate the graduates of this class and their accomplishments, and we wish them luck as they move forward into their adulthood and what chosen career that they choose over the course of the next year or so. This class will also have a home here at Charlestown High School through the rest of their lifetime, and we hope that they return back here to visit with us, the staff and faculty, to let us know how they're doing. We appreciate their efforts. We appreciate their accomplishments for Charlestown High School. At this time, please welcome the 2017 graduates of Charlestown High School, led by the finest faculty in the state of Indiana.
announced. Graduates, please stand and remain standing when your name is called. Receiving the Academic Honors Diploma, Kimberly Bonilla Escalante, Brooke Bowling, Madison Bowser, Alexis Castro, Alexandra Chester, Paige Cooksey, Kelsey Coomer, Joshua Copeland, Trey Crace, Jenna Daniel, Angela DeWeese, Justin Ferris, Stephanie Fielding, Austin Fields, Cameron Frazier, Taylor Glover, Thomas Nattinger, Logan Gurr, Cheyenne Hawk, Clinton Heck, Kristen Holcomb, Sarah Kelly, Grace Vorai, Brandon Love, Christian Martinez, Miles Matthews, Amelia McCoy, Patrick McCutcheon, Kenzie McQuillan, Peyton Montgomery, Jaron Nichols, Caitlin Pedro, Alan Poindexter, Trent Reed, Jason Rose, Trey Schaefer, Alex Sabacek, Haley Singh, Katarina Sizemore, Mackenzie Smith, Alejandro Soto, Jackson Spencer, Cody Stumler, Joyce Taylor, Alicia Valladares, Jacob Van Meter, Kelsey Waters, Brooke Watson, Caleb Woods, Trey Woodward, and Darian Zeiss. Receiving the Technical Honors Diplomas, Emily Atkins, Caleb Campbell, Drew Cochran, Dakota Fletcher, Luke Fincham, Zachary Gullion, Elizabeth Eisen, Hadassah Llewellyn, Michaela Luther, Jordan Pop, and Ashley Walker. Receiving both academic and technical honors diploma, Morgan Matthews, Isaac Sattel, and Richard Wagner. At this time, we would like to recognize those graduates who received scholarships, honors, and monetary awards at Honors Night, which was held on May 30th. Recipients, please stand. Yeah. The scholarship and monetary amounts earned by these graduates totaled $1.32 million. Will you please join me in giving all these graduates a round of applause? Yes, that's it. We would like to welcome Dr. Joe Wayne from Ivy Tech Community College to join us at the podium to honor the seniors who graduated from Ivy Tech on May 16th with an associate's degree of general studies or a transfer general education certificate. These students have completed 30 to 60 college credits to earn these degrees.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to represent Ivy Tech Community College, the largest singly accredited community college in the nation, this afternoon. And it's especially gratifying for me to be able to present, or at least recognize, because these students, many of these students actually attended the graduation of Ivy Tech several weeks ago, and they received their certificates and diplomas at that time. But at this point, I'd like to recognize those students who received the Transfer Gen Ed Technical Core Certificate. And this is, by Indiana law, a year of college that transfers to all Indiana public colleges and universities. Most other schools will accept it also. And as a point of personal privilege, with a last name that begins with a W, I'm going to name these students in reverse alphabetical order. So those receiving the Transfer Gen Ed Technical Certificate, Jason Rose, would you stand and remain standing, please? Alan Poindexter, Peyton Montgomery, Tommy Nattinger, Stephanie Fielding, and Kelsey Coomer. Those individuals who received an associate's degree in general studies, Darian Zeiss, Trey Woodward, Brooke Watson, Cody Stumler, Jackson Spencer, Alejandro Soto, Trey Schaefer, Jaron Nichols, Amelia McCoy, Miles Matthews, Cheyenne Hawk, Taylor Glover, and Alex Chester. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you and congratulations. As you drive around the city of Charlestown, you see the faces of our SEAF champions throughout the city. The SEAF champions banners represent those students that have been accepted to a post-secondary opportunity of a 2-year, 4-year, or technical school, or have enlisted into a branch of the military service. Also today, you see many students wearing the work ethic stoles. This stole represents those students that have earned the work ethic certificate based on the skills embedded in the Greater Clark County Schools Pride Initiative. Congratulations to those students. Also at this time, I ask that those students in this graduating class that have enlisted into the military to please stand. Thank you, and thank you for serving our country and what you're about to do. At this time, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our Salutatorian and Valedictorian. I first want to introduce Miss Debbie Doctor from New Washington State Bank. New Washington State Bank, they help us with honoring the Salutatorian and Valedictorian and sponsor both these students. So Debbie Doctor, please come up to the mic with us. Thank you. We will first announce our salutatorian. This gentleman is not only fantastic in the extracurricular area, but also unbelievable in the academic area, and has done a great job in his years here at Charlestown High School. Please welcome our salutatorian, Mr. Alejandro Soto. It's all yours.
Welcome parents, teachers, and the Charlestown High School class of 2017. Over the next few minutes, I would like to talk about what we have learned, the people we have to thank for, and a quote for you guys to take through your next chapter in life. My fellow graduates, over the last 4 years here at Charlestown High, we have learned a lot. Mr. Knoll has taught us the dreadful techniques of differentiating an equation and integrating an equation. Mrs. Jenkins has taught us that reading poetry is all based on interpretation and doesn't have to be as boring as it sounds. And through dressing up the last 10 days of the school year, Mr. Hayden has taught us that it's the little things in life that matter. The most important thing that we have learned over the last 4 years is that if you want something, then you have to work for it. It should be expected that nothing in life is given, but instead is earned. Throughout your 4 years of high school, you are constantly being reminded that everything is earned. How hard you worked reflected the grade you saw in the grade book. I personally learned this through the 3 years of hearing Mr. Knoll's famous 4C principle. If you've had Mr. Knoll, then you know what I'm referring to. If you haven't had the pleasure of having Mr. Knoll, his 4C principle consisted of 4 words: chronicle, complete, correct, and comprehension. Chronicle in his math class means to show the work that allowed you to get from point A to point B. Complete means finishing the assignment or task given to you. Correct means not only should you complete the task, or assignment given, but it should also be correct when turned in. Comprehension means not only writing down the answer and showing work, but also understanding what is going on and what you are doing. Mr. Knoll always emphasized the importance of following the 4C principle, but I never knew how significant it was until now. The 4C principle is a guide that can not only guide you through math, but also life. As we move on in the real world, I hope to follow this principle in my daily life and tasks, and I encourage you to do so as well. I would like to thank the extracurricular clubs I was involved in, especially Best Buddies. These clubs gave me a break from academics and just gave me a chance to grow as a person. Best Buddies especially gave me some memorable moments, and I truly enjoy the inclusive environment that surrounded that club. You made school enjoyable, and for that, I am grateful. Next, I would like to take a moment on behalf of myself and my fellow graduates to thank the people that have brought us here. I would like to thank all the parents that push their children to become better students and encourage them to keep going strong in school. Without your support, we couldn't be here today. A big thanks to my parents, Monica and Carlos Soto, for being my foundation and my motivation. Thanks to them, I had someone that pushed me to become better and were my go-tos when I had an issue. I would also like to thank my brother and my sister, Hansel and Sarai Soto, for not only being my motivators, but also my role models and helping me when I needed help. I would finally like to thank my peers and close friends that pushed me and challenged me in order to make me become a better student and a better person. Finally, I will leave you guys with a quote from Colin Powell, who stated, "There are no secrets to success. It is a result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure." I hope you remember this quote and carry it through whatever path you choose to take. Thank you all, and congratulations to the Charleston High School class of 2017.
Congratulations, Alejandro. At this time, I get the opportunity to announce the valedictorian. This student is unbelievably talented, not only in the extracurricular activities, but also, once again, academically. Both these students. It'd be easier for me to name what they're not involved in than what it would be to name what they are involved in. And to do that, with the time they've spent in extracurricular activities and still get the grades they've gotten and the academic achievements that they've gotten is really unbelievable. Please let me introduce our valedictorian, Mr. Thomas Nadinger. Congratulations.
There is no success without hardship. This was a quote from Sophocles, and there's a lot of truth to it too. All of us have faced hardship throughout the course of our high school careers, but it is through this hardship that we have all become stronger as individuals and are about to start our own individual paths to our own individual successes. It is these 4 years of high school that shape us into who we each become. Much of what I need to know to live my life, I learned from marching band. I learned the importance of time management and that when I hear 9 o'clock, I need to be there before 9 o'clock. Early is on time is late, and late, we don't speak of late. I learned the importance of teamwork and being able to work with others to achieve the best result. I learned the importance of hard work and how without it, I cannot expect to get much of anywhere after high school. Marching band did an amazing job at teaching me these things. Marching band was hard, and it took a lot of effort to do, but the end product made it worth doing. The same can be said about many things in life, if you look at it the right way. Like marching band, or football, cheer, basketball, and all the other activities that we all do, that which we feel is worth doing requires effort. It may be hard, but the success we feel through this hardship keeps us moving and striving to be successful. As many of you know, we lost a member of our senior class this past November, Chris Wood. It definitely was not a pleasant experience, and for many people in this gym, it broke our hearts. But while this was a difficult time for many of us, this moment has, in part, defined many of us. The moments like these are what define us and shape who we become as adults. If we let it, a moment like this can take us down an unproductive path. However, a moment like this can also build us up, make us stronger by continuing to move forward through such an obstacle. In other words, how we react to this type of situation corresponds with our success afterwards. We will always keep Chris in our hearts, and we will continue to honor his memory by remaining strong and choosing success in our lives. High school has had its fill of ups and downs. There have been many challenges along the road. Many of us were consistently busy juggling extracurricular activities and even possibly a job, while also trying to complete schoolwork in a timely manner. However, I strongly believe that these experiences have ultimately benefited us and will continue to do so in the long run. Through these hardships, we have learned the importance of time management. We have learned the importance of working hard. These basic skills learned through our high school experience will influence how we go through life once we leave these halls today. This is the purpose behind us coming here every day from Monday to Friday for the past 4 years. What we've learned here will last us the rest of our lives. Through these hardships, we have learned basic life skills that will continue to be useful after high school and lead us to live successful, fulfilling lives. So, all in all, thank you to all the staff here at Charlestown High School. You have helped prepare us for life after high school, one way or another. Thank you for teaching us these past 4 years. And to all of you to whom we have developed strong bonds with, thank you for helping us grow into the people we are now. And I, for one, will cherish this forever. And thank you, parents, for your involvement in all of the activities we've done, as well as our academics. To those of you graduating today, I wish you all the best as we leave CHS, and I hope that each of you finds your own successful, fulfilling life. Thank you, and as said very wisely by Leonard Nimoy, live long and prosper.
Class of 2017. How many times have you been asked, what are you going to do now? Well, I'm going to ask you the same thing. What are you going to do now? I don't mean, what is your major, the school you're going to, your future job. I mean, what are you going to do to make Charlestown better tomorrow than it is today? A community is not just the name or the number of people. It's the people that live there that make it a community. As I look around, I see police officers, doctors, teachers who came back to this community and gave a part of themselves to make it better than it was before. How about our educators? Miss Berry, Mr. Knoll, Miss Wesley, that have given many years of their time to ensure that we are ready to survive our college years. What about Mr. Hayden? When he came here, he didn't let the lack of people involved smother his love for music. He let his passion continue to push him, and now his choir groups have grown bigger than the stage. And Mr. Rowland, we cannot forget his 15 years of service to our community. These are people who use their talent and passion to give back to Charlestown and make it better than it was before. Let's take a second to think about the communities of Joplin, Missouri, or Henryville, Indiana. These communities were hit by devastation, devastating tornadoes. And what did their community do? Did they give up and wait for someone to do something for them? Absolutely not. They picked themselves up, dusted off, and grabbed whatever tools they needed to put their community back together. They weren't worried about themselves or their own property. They checked on their neighbors and made sure that those who needed help got it first. That's the definition of community. But why should we wait for a disaster or something terrible to happen before we join together and work to accomplish something? Why wait for something negative before we can create a positive? Now, I completely understand that some of our experiences in a small town haven't been the best, but no place is perfect. As we leave here for bigger and better things, we'll find that every place we live has a little something that we don't like. That's just life. But I can only imagine where that life will take you. I just hope you remember what Charlestown and the people here have done for you, because guess what? You're that person now. You're the person that younger people look to as a role model, and you have the opportunity to make a lasting impression on their lives. I'd like to leave you with this quote from Albert Pike. What we do for ourselves dies with us, but what we do for others remains immortal. So remember, this is our community. This is our home. This is Charlestown, and we are Charlestown. Thank you. Mr. Lochner, as president of the senior class, it is with great pleasure and pride that I present to you the graduating class of 2017.
As the rights bestowed upon me as principal of Charlestown High School and by the Greater Clark County School Board of Trustees in the state of Indiana, I gladly certify and accept this group of graduates for the year 2017.
Sarah Kristen Booth. Brooke Nicole Bowen. Alexandra Bryce Chester. Trey Anthony Croce. Jenna Lynn Daniel. Stephanie Ann Fielding. Logan Tyler Gurr. Taylor Renee Glover. Madison Ray Bowser. Alejandro A. Soto. Cheyenne Marie Hogg. Christian Alejandro Martinez. Miles Emmett Matthews. Amelia Ann McCoy. Mackenzie Rose McClellan. Peyton Storm Montgomery. Kevin Jaron Nichols. Caitlin Michelle Pedro. Alan Lee Poindexter. Mackenzie Brooke Smith. Cody James Stummer. Jacob Michael Van Meter. Ashley Nicole Walker. Brooke Lynn Watson. Trey Ronald Woodward. Emily Michelle Atkins. Kimberly Alexandra Bonilla Escalante. Caleb Bruce Campbell. Alexis Eileen Castro. True Garrett Cochran. Paige Elizabeth Cooksey. Kelsey Burton Coomer. Joshua Martin Copeland. Angela Dawn DeReese. Justin Robert Ferris. Austin Blake Fields. Luke Christopher Fincham. Dakota Faye Fletcher. Cameron Anthony Frazier. Zachary Baron Gillian, actively serving today in the United States Air Force.
Clinton Heck.
Kristen Leanne Holcomb.
Elizabeth Christine Eisen.
Sarah Elizabeth Kelly.
Hadassah Ruth Llewellyn.
Grace Noah Lerai.
Brandon Lewis Love.
Morgan Elizabeth Matthews.
Patrick Douglas McCutcheon.
Jordan Nicole Pop.
Trent Garrett Reed.
Jason Wesley Kenton Rose.
Isaac Nathaniel Sattel.
Lawrence Alton Schaefer.
Alexander Keith Solachuk.
Haley Danielle Singh.
Katerina Delane Sizemore.
Jackson Matthew Spencer.
Joyce Emily Taylor.
Alicia Don Valadez.
Richard Edward Wagner.
Caleb Scott Woods.
Darian Bryce Zeiss.
Brianna Don Adams.
Donovan Douglas Baker.
Thomas Nathaniel Beebe.
Samantha Berry.
David Lee Butler.
Mark Anthony DeBert Bowen.
John Russell Bradshaw.
Abigail Denise Bridgewater.
Kelsey Lynn Burns.
Ethan Rodriguez Carrillo.
Michael Allen Carter.
Eddie Chavez.
Piper Mackenzie Clark.
Kendall Nicole Klein.
Jacob Alexander Cochran.
William Randall Coleman.
Tesla Michelle Collins.
Brooklyn Cheyenne Corn.
Emily Ann Craven.
Madison Serenity Dalton.
Brianna Nicole Elmore.
Dylan Connor Fetts.
Ellen Darlene Foley.
Myron Wade Ginsbauer.
Crystal Marie Garcia Hooker.
Megan Marie Goodwin. Amaro Christian Leon Gomez.
Anna Maria Gregory.
Yvonne Carolina Guzman.
Thomas D. Emmett Hardin.
Samantha Ray Harris.
Brianna Nicole Hawkins.
Lauren Nicole Hensley.
Michael Wayland Keith.
Caitlin Scarlett King.
Sabrina Marie Kirk.
Jordan Carter Knoble.
Joseph Allen Lace.
Robert Bradley Riffin.
Brendan Scott Lawler.
Mariah Lee.
Brianna Shea Villela.
Jacob Tyler Lewis.
Michaela Lynn Luther.
Myla Ayana Mack.
Bradley Christopher Mackey.
Tyler J. Martin.
Calvin Lance McClellan.
Jacob Daniel McCoy.
Forrest Alexander Morton.
Christopher James Olinghouse.
Brett Kyle Olson.
Gabriel Pacheco.
Marlon Padilla.
Seth Peter Parker.
Shane Thomas Phillips.
Michaela Brooke Portman.
Charles Allen Reynolds.
Joshua Aaron Rivas. Yasir Adam Abraham Hassan.
Christopher Alexander Roberts.
David Rodriguez.
Andrew Alexander Satel.
Jose Manuel Saldana.
Anna Catherine Sellers.
Warren Michael Sexton.
Tatiana Monique Shreve.
Trevor Lee Slaughter.
Emily Ann Smith.
William Daniel Smith.
Juan Rodrigo Torres.
Christian Jaffet Valenzuela.
Daniel Alejandro Villasenor.
Alexis Hope Watson.
Chelsea Bowen Welty.
Bailey Noel White.
Cassie Ray Wilson.
Nicholas James Layton.
Christopher Aaron Wood.
Garrett Randall Woods.
Simon Martin Woodridge.
Dominic Lee Wyatt. Thomas Anthony Gattinger.
Zaire Dan Cole Speed.